What are the most intolerant and ridiculous school lunch policies? 1. When I was in middle school, my brother was in the Marine Corps Reserves. Occasionally, he would give me a meal, ready to eat, MRE, which is basically a military field ration. As a 12 to 14-year-old kid, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. After one of his training weekends, he gave me a couple of MREs, and I decided to take one to school for lunch. As I started opening it, a substitute teacher grabbed it from me and threw it away, claiming it was unhealthy and not real food, and that it would cause a disruption. She even wrote me up for after-school detention and escorted me to the office, which caused me to miss lunch entirely. In the office, she lied about my behavior in front of the dean of students, who upgraded my detention to a Saturday detention. I was upset and hungry. After they released me, the bell rang, and I headed to my next class. My sister, who was in the same lunch period, asked what happened, and I told her. She said she had heard from others that I didn't do anything wrong and that the substitute teacher had been bragging about how she showed those little twerps who was in charge. Before the last class, my sister informed me that our dad was on his way. She had told the office she needed to call him because she forgot a project at home, but really, she had filled him in on what happened. Right after the tardy bell rang, I was paged to the office. My dad handed me a sandwich, told me to eat, and then join him in the dean's office. By the time everything was resolved, my detentions were rescinded, and the substitute teacher was banned from working in the district. This was just one of many issues I had with that dean. 2. A couple of years ago, I had to attend an impromptu meeting at my kid's school. My oldest has diabetes. I let my kids pack their lunches, keeping in mind that the school is a nut-free zone. Each of them packed a packet of sun butter, sunflower seed butter, to go with their apples. A lunch monitor saw my daughter take out her sun butter packet, walked over, grabbed the entire lunch bag and threw it out, then handed her a salad and told her to eat it before going to the office. My daughter didn't argue and did as she was told. However, on her way to the office, she collapsed in the hallway due to low blood sugar. My son saw her and immediately called me from his phone. Terrified, I drove to the school in under 3 minutes and told them my daughter was passed out in the hallway. An ambulance took her to the ER, and after the visit, I met with the dean of students and the superintendent. They spoke with a lunch monitor, who was promptly fired. I ended up suing the school for my daughter's medical expenses. 3. My son had a severe milk allergy. Thankfully, his kindergarten teacher was understanding and followed my dietary restrictions closely, even checking with me before offering snacks. However, his first-grade teacher didn't take the allergy seriously. One day, a child accidentally dropped a bit of melting frozen yogurt on my son's arm. He immediately started swelling, struggled to breathe, and his nose and eyes were running. The teacher called the school nurse, who followed my instructions, and my son used his inhaler, washed the yogurt off, and took Benadryl. I arrived at the school in record time. We had a meeting with the teacher, nurse, and principal afterward. They refused to allow my son to carry his inhaler, so we left one with the nurse and secretly kept another in his backpack. I told my son to use it if he needed to and then informed the teacher. Some people just don't believe that a mother knows what's best for her child. What a mess. 4. Our son has several life-threatening food allergies, so I always pack his lunch. One day, when he was just 6 years old, he forgot his lunchbox in the classroom. He asked the lunch attendant if he could go back to get it, but she refused.